Hey everyone, this video is actually a little different. This event took place on May 1st, and the date today is May 12th, and I'm responding to a video by KillerOwen. So this is Dead Guy Ale, Black White, Dark Confident, whatever it's called, whatever you want to call it. I kept the one land hand because this is round one. I didn't know what he was playing, and going blindly, usually a one land hand with Vial is fine because you can cast Vial and then you can pop into play whatever 2-drop you need. This hand did lack a Thoughtseize. It also lacks Cabal Therapy, but Cabal Therapy isn't that good. Round one, game one, when you don't have any replays. So I'm still a little new to Legacy. So you need to know the format when you're making the plays, and especially when you're doing Cabal Therapy. But I just kept that hand. Oh, better freeze there. So he revealed Vesuva, Emrakul, Vesuva, and Moment's Peace, and Thirst. Emrakul doesn't do much by itself. Moment's Peace, I'm not, that aggro, so it's not going to stop a critical win that I'm not going to get the next turn. By the time they're at a place where I can put them at lethal, I probably am in control of the game. However, I missed my second land drop, which is really bad. I went second, I think, or did I go first? I went second. So again, if I going first, I still would have considered keeping that hand because I can draw a second land and be fine. I already had a Vial to pop in whatever I wanted to get in. But he's playing Eldrazi. Swords can take out the Kozilek, but it doesn't take out Emrakul. I do have one Caracas. However, I don't have a Knight of the Reliquary or another way to put it into play. So that's the game right there. That replay goes a little quicker than I remember because I was thinking I would just talk through the turns, but it zips on through. So some general commentary here. Phyrexian Revoker is actually pretty good in the format. You can name Sensei's Divine Top like I did here. You can name Thopter Foundry, or you can name something for elves. Name Grindstone if you need to name that if you're playing against that deck. I usually don't name either Vial with Revoker, but if he has a Vial and I don't, sure, why not? Vindicate's a little expensive to go Dark Confidant. Some builds don't have it. I believe they don't have it because it's a deliberate choice, not because of financial reasons, which is possible. I mean, it costs 52 freaking tickets. But Vindicate can hit the Thopter Foundry or the Peace or a Painter Servant or an Equipment because, especially with my build, once a card is in the battlefield, I can't deal with it unless it's a creature and I can plow it. So without Vindicate, once they draw a card or get it past my hand disruption, it's in play, whether it's a counterbalance or a Thopter Foundry or a piece of equipment. Also, going Vindicate Wasteland or Wasteland Vindicate is not can have its applications sometimes. Dredge has really low land count. Most decks are 3 colors. That can be pretty good. Now, Magic Online didn't save my game 2, so I'm actually have to go into KillerOwen's video, and you're not going to see my hand. You're going to see his hand. KillerOwen is on MTGO Academy. So, turn 1, I went Scrubland Thoughtseize, and his hand was Candelabra, Show and Tell, Crop Rotation, 3 lands, and an Emrakul. Now, I'm still learning the format. I don't know what the correct play is here. And Owen had commented that he thought I was going to take the show and tell. Unfortunately, I don't know what my hand was then that made me take the Emrakul instead of the show and tell. So it was probably a misplay, but I'm guessing what I was thinking then was Emrakul you can pop into play either with 3 posts and some lands, or 4 posts. Whereas show and tell is blank without the Eldrazi. However, in retrospect, that probably was wrong because show and tell can also pop into Primeval Titan. Now, Primeval Titan gets hardcast all the time. However, that doesn't mean cheating into play isn't still good. Turn 2, I played a Scrubland, and then I passed. That is really, really bad for my deck. The build that I submitted here had 4 cards with CMC 3 or higher. The 2 Swords and 2 Vindicates. Everything in my hand I can cast besides that, had I drawn it. Now, Turbo Eldrazi typically doesn't play Spell Snare or Force of Will, as I know. Well, actually, my play style, I don't really play around Force of Will because it's hard to play around. Otherwise, you're just on eggshells the entire game. So, I was not playing around Spell Snare. I don't think most Eldrazi builds have Spell Snare. So, I just had a ton of lands in my hand, or I had a sword. And here is essentially where I lose the game. On turn 3, I cast a Vindicate on his Cloudpost. Normally a decent idea. I don't know the format that well. I think I've said that a few times. I don't even know if, assuming you do know the format well, whether you play around a crop rotation in this position. I don't remember if I had a sword here, but I didn't have a 1 or 2 drop. Otherwise, I would have cast it on turn 2. But as you see, he casts a crop rotation here, and pretty much just wrecks me. So that's a turn gone, and also a 0 for 1 because I lose a Vindicate, and no, it's not. I guess it's a 1 for 1. I trade my Vindicate for his crop rotation, but it's a trade of a turn for a 1-cast spell. I guess maybe I had Cabal Therapy in my opening hand. I doubt it because it's game 2, and I would have just started naming stuff in the dark with Cabal Therapy. But yeah, the only card I knew at that point in his hand was Show and Tell. I mean, if you look at Owen's hand, it's not that dangerous right now. However, pretty sure I had a grip full of lands, and eventually, once we get to each having 6 lands, he's going to have the advantage because his spells cost 7 and 10 and 16 and just wreck. Okay, so he casts his top on his turn 5, and now it's my turn 5, and I draw a grunt off the top. Now, it's not going to die, but I'm going to be dead by the time that gets in 5 times to deal the 20. Okay, so now he is going to cast a Show and Tell. I probably have nothing to show. I had 2 cards in hand. I'm pretty sure they're both lands at this point. I don't remember my exact hand, lest I should have mulliganed. But it also sucks to double mulligan. That's probably something I need to work on. Like, I keep some pretty questionable hands because I just blow up and lose a gasket when I double mulligan. Because a lot of times I feel like the game is just over when you double mulligan. It almost feels like it's easier to recover from missing your land turn 2 and maybe turn 3 land drop than it is to recover from a double mulligan. I mean, I'm not playing combo or anything, but It's just disheartening. Like like they're cheating when they start with 7 and you start with 5. So essentially, I'm screwed now because he what is that? That makes 12, 13 feet. And Candelabra, he's got infinite mana right now. So somehow I need to deal 20 with him, and he doesn't have a top. I think the top is on the top of his deck, but he's got infinite cards, infinite mana, and soon he's going to start assembling stuff and um, destroy me. Another turn. Seems good, seems good.